How's it going, everyone? Good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're at around the world. So, Ubisoft decided to finally come out and send a message to the Japanese community and apologize to a certain extent. What do I mean by that? Well, we're going to get into that. First and foremost, we have to realize that a lot of negativity has been sent towards them, criticism, backlash, stock loss that I've showed in the US, and then there's the stock loss, which is bigger over in Europe, because there's another stock market over there. And as we see over here, as I turn to a little bit, Ubisoft is trending right now, because this has 2.6 million views. So there's going to be a lot of controversy and discussion going on, about this. And, it's like I told people, they know they did wrong. And the reason why they're doing this is because, first and foremost, it's about their stock, and it's about trying to make sure this game gets on track and does the right things as much as they can. So let's go ahead and dive right into this, and then we're gonna talk about certain things. To our esteemed Japanese community, not anyone else, a message from the Assassin's Creed Shadows development team. First, we want to express our heartfelt thanks for all your support for the Assassin's Creed series, which is now has its own history spanning almost 20 years. It's been here since 2007, so it's been here quite a while. Love the series. Been there since day one. Over this time, we have explored various settings. Of course, you have time periods and characters, from an assassin during the Third Crusade to a Viking in the 9th century England, and countless more. For many of our teams, creating Assassin's Creed games set in feudal Japan has been a long cherished dream. It sure has. Alright. Since the announcement of Assassin's Creed Shadows, we have received many positive reactions, but also some criticisms, including from you, our Japanese players, not just Japanese players. We share your passion for history and deeply respect your care for the historical and cultural integrity of your rich heritage. No, you don't. We would like to address a few points to clarify your intentions and creative decisions. Now, what's interesting, though, see, this is called sticking to the script and saying what you need to say. There may be some people in there that know it was wrong but didn't want to do wrong, because there always has to exist that within a circle of everything. But for the most part, the people pushing this agenda, what do you mean we share your passion for history and deeply respect your care for historical and cultural integrity of your rich heritage? If you did, you would have worked with them and made sure that wouldn't have happened. So, no. Message number 2, continuing, 2 out of 4. Overall authenticity efforts. So yeah, let's see what they mean by overall authentic efforts. We have put significant efforts into ensuring an immersive and respectful representation of feudal Japan. No, you did not. There's too many mistakes. We don't want to talk about the sakura trees in an autumn setting, mixed with the autumn setting. How are you going to mess that up? However, our intentions has never been to present any of our Assassin's Creed games, including Assassin's Creed Shadows, as factual representations of history or historical characters. That's a good way to dodge what you're doing here. Lies. Instead, we aim to spark curiosity and encourage players to explore and learn more about the historical settings we get inspired by. These people. Assassin's Creed Shadows is first and foremost designed to be an entertaining video game that tells a compelling historical fiction set in feudal Japan. Couldn't just say fiction, because if it's just entertainment, none of this would be going on. I think we all know that. Our team extensively collaborated with external consultants, historians, researchers, and internal teams at Ubisoft Japan to inform our creative choices. Okay, yeah, we see how good you're doing. Good job. Not really. Anyway, so when going back to that message, it's good for them to say that. See, they have to include historical because history is an important part of Assassin's Creed. Everybody knows Assassin's Creed is more historical than it is fiction, but there is a mix of both. Nobody's denying that. But for you to say that, yeah, that's a lie. Despite these sustained efforts, We acknowledge that some elements in our promotional materials have caused concern with Japanese community. For this, we sincerely apologize. I would say maybe certain people probably do feel that way a little bit, but for the majority, this is because your stock fell, you're in deep shit, and you're trying to do the best thing as possible to make this look better and put things on track from a PR perspective, for the public, for the people that's going to fall for that, and to please the shareholders and the publishers, suit and ties. All game footage presented so far is in development, and the game will keep evolving to launch. What we want to do is make this as pleasant as possible now, since we realize that's not going to work. So we're going to double down on our developers. We're going to crunch them, and we're going to make them overwork to make sure we try to make this as better as possible till launch. Based on the constructive criticism we have received, we will continue our efforts until we put this game into your hands and beyond. That aligns with what I just said. We also want to clarify that while we have been consulting with many people throughout the development processes, they are in no way responsible for the decisions that are taken by the creative teams in the interest of gameplay and entertainment. No, of course they're not. These are the suit and ties and the people that are in control that want to push these agendas upon development teams that never did this before, because we can go back to Ubisoft times where that didn't exist. No, it's those fucked up people. Consequently, we respectfully request that any criticism not be directed at our collaborators, both internal and external. Yeah, you don't have to tell me that. I know who's responsible for this. Certain other people don't, though. And I understand what you mean by that. I don't have a problem with that statement. Creative liberties and historical inspirations. While we strive for authenticity and everything that we do, Assassin's Creed games are works of fiction inspired by real historical events and figures. From its inception, the series has taken creative license and incorporated fantasy elements to craft engaging and immersive experiences. The representation of Yosuke in our game is an illustration of this. They're telling you it's fiction. Him being a samurai is fiction. They're telling you right here. His unique and mysterious life, because they don't know much about him. There was only 2 pages. It wasn't much. Made him an ideal candidate to tell an Assassin's Creed story with the setting of feudal Japan as a backdrop. He's not the main character, by the way. The female ninja is. While Yosuke is depicted as a samurai in Assassin's Creed Shadows, we acknowledge that this is a matter of debate and discussion. It's not real. It's not fact. So all you ignorant morons, there you go. Shut the fuck up now. And I have to say that because you're annoying and you're ignorant. We have woven this carefully into our narrative. We have woven this carefully into our story. We weave this. We fantasize this. And with our other lead character, the Japanese shinobi Naoi, who is equally important in the game, all dual protagonists provide players with different gameplay styles. We greatly value your feedback and encourage you to continue sharing your thoughts, respectfully. While we understand that meeting everyone's expectations is very difficult, you don't have to worry about that if you would have just done the right things and worked with Japan and gave us a Japanese male ninja. We sincerely hope that when Assassin's Creed Shadows launches on November 15th, players in Japan and around the world will appreciate the dedication, effort, and passion we have poured into it. Yeah, okay. And then over here, well, we could just go down. This is the Japanese version. So for people from Japan, you guys could, I'll link this to you. Look at that. That's 6.3 million views from Japan. That's how much Japan cares more. And there's way more people in Western society to view this. Look at the Japan post. It's at 6.3 million. What should that tell you? And then we go to the Western post. It's at 2.9 million. And Western society is way bigger. If people talk about they don't care about that culture, man, you're just stupid. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what you're talking about. You sure did spark curiosity and encourage players to explore. Our whole Wikipedia page has been vandalized. Ubi shows an activist trying to bend real history in order to fit the narrative, which we talked about, making him all that type of stuff with Thomas Lockley. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And I've been stated this. This doesn't even need to be stated. I mean, I already know that. This is for ignorant people. The narrative by adding context while none was needed. You did this, it's on you. Facts. And then you have idiots like this. People really mad over everything these days. It's just a game at the end of the day. This guy right here is a complete moron. Turd brain. Imagine a world where you made a game based in Japan but without a DEI character, and where you made it historically accurate at least. Sure, some fantasy here and there, but stick to the script. Yeah, we know that. Yusuke was a DEI hire. Thank you for finally admitting that. Obviously, like I said, anybody intelligent would know that. You don't even have to have a high IQ for that. But, guys, there it is right there. And they straight up told you again. Do we need to go back and read what they just said about Yasuke? That there was no facts about that. It was completely to spin their narrative and fit a DEI narrative, which they know the Japanese would have said, why is it that you had every other culture in your game that's historically accurate? You're not deceiving us. We played the games already. We know what they are. We can just go match history with it. And all of them are represented by their region. And for the first time, you get to the Japan region where Japanese male don't exist anywhere else. He's not featured, and he's overshadowed with DEI, with the rainbow effect. I think we know we're talking about making him gay. And then having a female ninja. The Japanese male is not included at all. This, like I said, for people who can see the big picture, this has to be stated over and over and over again, you know what I mean, so that we can realize what the issue is here. This is why they're coming to the Japanese community, because they know they have to. They have to. That's why they're doing this, not because they really feel a heartfelt, sorry. Maybe there's certain people in there that didn't want to agree with this, but they know that's their job and they just have to do it, and it's being forced and pushed on them, as I said before. But the higher-ups, no, it's about their reputation. It's about damage control, and it's about the stock market. So that's what this is. So, yeah, that's pretty clear. So, there we have it. Once again, like I said, I'm not going to make any mistakes here. I know what I'm doing. I don't care what ignorant people think of me or people who's watching me that maybe relate to me. I don't care. Well, you don't understand. So this isn't your ballpark anyway. Stay in your lane. Now, the thing is that they've made it pretty clear this game is not getting delayed. You see what I'm saying? It's going to launch, and before it launches, they're going to crunch down their development team to try to make this better presented as possible to Japan. So we're going to see where some changes are going to be. There's always going to be people out there that watch all these details, and you guys know what I'm talking about, and they're going to tell you this is the changes that have been made. You know what I mean? Then we're going to see what's happening in the patch notes. We're going to see a lot of things. So it's going to be pretty interesting what's happening leading up to this. And you see, I'm already deep into this. As you see, I got like 15 videos on this. This will be number 16, whatever, because I don't do anything shallow. I'm not a shallow person. And I'm not one-dimensional either. And I don't get bullshitted. I don't get deceived. I don't get brainwashed. I don't get programmed. I'm not going to be ignorant. I'm going to do everything bright like the shining sun does, like the rising sun does. It's right here. The sunlight. That's where I'm operating from. The essence of the creator. You see, that's where I want to speak from. And I want to align with that and make sure I'm guided rightly. Not me leaning on my own understanding and thinking that I know. I just want to push a certain agenda and be ignorant. That's why people can't beat me, and they're not going to. That's why I'm divinely protected. It's not going to happen. If anybody wants to challenge me, come challenge me. You're going to lose. I'm standing in pure justice here. I know what's right, and I'm going to do what's right. And I love the fact that this is the biggest growth I've had on my channel by doing the right thing, exposing ignorance, and teaching people the right thing, waking people up, and growing. Nothing is better than that. That's what the creator wants. This is the right thing. But all in all, glad to do this. If any more thing comes up and I feel like I want to react or respond to anything, I'll do that. I know y'all have been enjoying this. Y'all that are, with the truth and doing the right things. And for the ignorant people, hopefully you're not as ignorant now and can accept the truth. If not, then you will just stay in your ignorance. All right, y'all. Peace out. Have a good day, good morning, good night, wherever you're at. Glad to continue doing this. And at least I did this. But yeah. Peace.